Good morning. It's the Saints man here. Small van driver on the CX. And it's actually Friday. I've got a day off today. The van's being MOT, which should be okay. Darren's got it at the minute. And then I've got my car getting MOT'd. They're both due in January, but we're away in January. And I can't have car and a van standing when I get back 1st of February with no MOTs. So I'm getting them done today. I've got an appointment this afternoon, which could be fun or not. We'll see. And then we've got the Saints versus Toulon tonight, the rugby. So we've got the day off. This is the week of life. I've obviously 4 days and fuel prices first. They have gone down slightly. I'm at 120 now. I know a couple of guys have put on there, change your fuel card, change your fuel card. But they all promise you certain amounts and then they all average out. I know there's some cheaper by about threepence, but my UK fuel cards, my fast fuel Texaco one, that's been reliably the lowest. And it still saves me a bit of money. And I just can't be asked to get another fuel card. I've got three. The other two are combined. I use one of them now and again. It sometimes dips below, but I can't be asked to change again. I really can't. Um, this week has been all about locals, local work. I've made a decision. I'm not tramping this weather, and it's got to be a really, really mega day for me to do a hotel. So decide to stay local or local-ish, should we say? Had a job booked in Monday, a small job, two drops. It was from the guys down the road, and I started at 6:15, and it was Northampton and Luton, and got that job done. And I was in Luton ready, 8 o'clock, ready to go anywhere really, but to stay local. I was looking for a lot of local work, and there was a job on there that popped up. My favourite word, by the way, popped up, and it was from Letchworth Garden City, which I was a little bit from, but it was 4 drops and wait and return to Letchworth. It was vaccines, and I thought, you know what, that's a really good one. And the drops were Newmarket, three in Ipswich area, and one at Clacton on Sea, and then return to Letchworth with a call box. So I've done these before, but not out of Letchworth. I've done them out of Cambridge, and they're okay. It's all to chemists or to doctors' practices, and really good money I got on it because obviously five drop offs and one return. But the return to Letchworth gets me 40 miles from home, so I put a good bid on it and got it, and that took me well over target. And it took me for the rest of the day really. I got home at 5:30, so I did a not far short of 12-hour day, but well over target. So good start to the week, and no not out. And Tuesday, I got a job booked in um, Monday night, and it was going to Horsham, which is a good way down. It was an early start again. I'd got to be in Horsham at 9. I picked up at 6:15 and delivered it was just one box, one small box, and got the job done just after 9. Traffic was horrendous. Around M25, I went down the M40 because the M1 was knackered and picked the M25 up and down to Horsham. Got there just after 9, but phoned up. There was no problem with that. Obviously, traffic and looking for a job back. And it's a bit sparse down there. You're in the Surrey sort of hills just below there. Gatwick's the nearest big place. And I picked a job up from Red Hill, and it was going to Hendon, which everyone said, oh, London. But it's right at the bottom of the M1, the A1, A41 round there, round Brent Cross. And it was delivering to a radio mast, one of these new masts, the phone masts, delivering to the engineers, which instantly you think, oh my God, middle of a field, nowhere. It was in a fire station at the back, and got the job. Pretty good money, actually, not too bad. And that is only 60 miles from my house, so I'm getting closer. I'm looking for another job, and I thought, well, I'll wait here in Hendon. There was loads of work in London, but it was going into London. I was looking for a small job, and I got one. And it was from Park Royal, which is NW10, and it took me up to Edgware, which again is getting me slightly closer to home. Very small job, only 8 miles all in, 8 miles and 6 miles, it's 14 miles all in, and got really good money. I'll tell you what I quoted on it. I quoted 40 quid, which in London is the minimum for any sort of journey, especially getting out. And, inner London, I'd quote bigger than that, but it was getting me closer. It took me about an hour and 10 minutes, the whole job. And again, easy pickup and easy drop off. And I thought that'll be it. That'll be my day done. I'm just under target for the day, not right just under target. I thought I would just drive home. So I drove home. As I was coming off at Northampton, a little job popped up. Again, it popped up. Northampton to Northampton. It was 5 boxes going into a parcel depot from a small company. And I was virtually going by it anyway. Put my minimum charge for that sort of job, it was a 3 mile job, 30 quid. And it took me half an hour all in the lot. And probably cost me an hour from, I would have been home at 4:15 and I got home just after 5. But it topped the money up and it tops the pence per mile up. And it made it a really good day. So I've got 2 really good days. And Wednesday, I got a job. I booked a job in Monday night. I was surprised I got it. From Daventry to Luton. Now, Daventry's 20 miles from me. And I quoted that in the price. And I thought, if I get that, I'll do it at that price. That's a good point for anyone. Do any job for the price that you're happy with. That you'll do it for that money. Don't think, oh, I've got to travel 20 miles. Forget that. I'll have to swallow that. I don't swallow it now. I put a lower pence per mile, maybe but I put every mile in on jobs. And Daventry, it's normally a good area-ish. And anyway, I got it anyway. So it was an early start. I didn't want an early start after doing 2 long days. It was pick up at 9, and it was just 1 box to to Luton, which we picked up, took it down, no problem. And I was looking for a local job. Hopefully, go back to the Midlands. So you thought Northampton's in between. So you're going a crisscrossing or flip flopping, as we call it. And I've got a job from Luton to Huntingdon. And the the Luton job was a sample from a hospital, and it was going to research laboratory in Huntingdon, which I've been to before. Again, it's one of them ones. Huntingdon, yeah, but again, 30 mile from home, so staying local. So I ain't got much money. I've got just over 100 on the day, and I was looking for another job just to top my money up. And there was one out of Corby, and again, it was a multiple pickup. 3 pickups from 3 plumbers merchants, delivering to an engineer, 15 miles from my house in a village called Sharnbrook. And I picked up in Corby, Kettering, Wellingborough to Sharnbrook. 32 miles all in, 32 miles loaded. I'd got 20 miles to get to it. I put 50 on it and got it. And it didn't take that long at all. It was nice. And Sharnbrook, right near where I live. A good day, over my minimum for the day. And I was home. I was home by 4:30. Done, finished. So I'd only got Thursday. Again, I'm not going distance. And I was offered work Thursday. I was offered a Scotland job actually, from Northampton. So if I was interested, good money. But I don't go to Scotland. Even if I'd been working Friday, I would have probably declined it because getting out of Scotland back to England on a Friday is peanuts. You're looking at 60p maximum because there's lots of drivers trying to get home. I'll only go to Scotland on an early Wednesday to get there, so it gives me 2 days to try and get a decent job home. And at this time of year, you're going to hotel it anyway. So you're losing 40, 50 quid to start with. So I booked a job on Wednesday. And again, it was Northampton to Leicester. Good area, Leicester. There's loads of drivers though, loads of drivers, but you can normally get a little jobs, and that's all I was looking for. So I did that, picked up at 8 o'clock, delivered in Leicester for 9:15. Bit of a faff. It was a really posh table. It was in a flat pack, but it was a quality, top of the range table for a small office, which was right in a back street, but found it. And then there was a job on there. There was a few jobs from Leicester going further afield than I wished to go, like to Leeds, to Manchester. I was just going for small local stuff. And there was one Loughborough to Market Bosworth. just north of Hinckley. I think it was Bosworth. And it wasn't many miles, and I was 16 miles from it. I counted that in with it and still got the job because it was only a 35, 40 quid job. It was 30, I was quoted 36, so it was over £1 a mile. Got the job. Market Bosworth's a lovely little place to go and visit, but no, I don't see any jobs come out of Market Bosworth. I travelled towards Hinckley, and in fact got a job out of Nuneaton, and it was going to East Midlands Airport. I quoted really good money on this. Didn't expect to get it because I thought if I end up at East Midlands Airport, I'm 50 miles from home, and so I put about another 8, 10 quid on it to cover me fuel if I had to drive home, which is what I did. I delivered to East Midlands Airport to one of the companies there, one of the big freight forwarders. Straight in, straight out. I sat at Castle Donington Services just short of 2 hours because you're allowed 2 hours free and nothing local. There was work, don't get me wrong. Nottingham up to Newcastle, Sutton in Ashfield, over to Liverpool. Not interested. Looking for a job near Northampton, and I sat there for an hour and a half. Did a lot of paperwork, chased up a couple of late invoices, which one of them was going to be a bit of a pain, but we will get sorted. And yeah, I thought, you know what? What's the point of sitting there any longer? I might as well drive home. And I drove home and I was home at 3:30. So that was my week. Yeah, I would have loved the last job on the Thursday. I would have loved a 40 quid job. That would have just done lovely. But when I worked my money out, which I was sitting, when you're sitting waiting, you're bored. You can do a lot of things. You can watch YouTube. You can sit, or you can go for a walk. It was crap weather. Or I was at the services. I didn't want to go and start spending loads of money in there either. And I worked out what I'd earned last week, plus my VAT and all that, and realised I'd hit my target just, even if I drove home, which is what happened. I drove home. So I was home, done, finished. So a goodish week. Staying local. Uh, you don't earn. I don't think you don't earn as much money as travelling distance, but you're home every night, and you ain't putting mountains and miles on the van. Saying that, I'll give my figures for the week. I did 996 miles. So let's just say 1,000 miles. So 250 a day average. When I do long distance stuff, I average 300 plus a day. So I'm saving 50 miles a day, which gallon of fuel, less wear and tear on the van, maybe. Although doing short jobs, you tend to use the gears more and stopping and starting, whereas you're doing motorway. So it evens out. But yeah, you don't earn as much. But I did 38 hours, which 9.5 hours a day. So yeah, days were quite nice. 26 hours driving, which I normally do probably 35 to 38. So you got less driving, and I got 743 before VAT. You add the VAT on it, and it comes out at 891.60. You give my little friendly VAT man his 10%, which is 89.16, and it leaves you with 802.44. £200 and 61 pence a day. And my minimum really is 200 a day, so I hit my minimum just by staying local in December when work is it busy? Is it? I don't know. I don't think it's as busy as the last couple of years in December. I may be wrong, but I don't think it is. But yeah, I hit just my target. And if I'd have worked today, there was already work there for me if I wanted it. I'd already said I weren't working, and one shipper phoned me up. I put myself unavailable, and he phoned me up to see if there was any chance. And I says, I just can't. I got the, and he said, no worries. But he got a really good job, so I'd have been earning me 200 today as well. That's how it goes. So, good week. I have got a full week next week. I'm going to do the same again, I think. Uh, I'm, yeah, it's a full week, but I think it'll ease off Friday. It did last year. It just drops because people are finishing Friday early, so Friday's probably a bit of a washout. We're going out for a meal, family meal on Tuesday, a Christmas meal. which we do every year. We arrange it, and all the kids and the grandkids. It's a really nice meal out Tuesday. So I need to be back no later than 5, really. 5 at a push. But my wife gets a bit jittery if I'm out and not going to get back. So it's going to be locals again next week. And I do think I will struggle to hit my target next week because the work will dry off. I think but it'll dry off Thursday, Friday. And through experience, you don't want to be doing long distance and being stuck out when there's no work. Because dead miles are a killer. We all know that. So that's what I'm going to be doing local. So we've got one more before Christmas. Then we've got Christmas week. I'm looking at the diary. The Oracle is here. Christmas, obviously, Monday and Tuesday's day, Christmas Day, Boxing Day. That won't happen. Wednesday's probably between Christmas and New Year's. You've got the Wednesday, Thursday, and the Friday. You could probably work, but I did it last year. I don't think I think I didn't work it any day because if you go somewhere, you've got to get back. You've got to be able to get back. I'll give you a quick example before I finish. If you got a job, say you got a job in Northampton, it's going 100 miles. Let's say 100 miles. What would you quote on that? You quote probably, I don't know, minimum 85 quid, 90 quid, 100 if you could, £100 a mile if you could, 85 minimum, 85 pence. But if you're 100 mile away and you can't there's no jobs because there are loads of places in shutdown, you're going to have to drive 100 mile home empty. So you're doing it for 40, your minimum if you're doing it at 85p is 42 and a half pence a mile. You're losing money. You're losing money. So what I work on, say it's 100 miles, if I wanted to work, I would probably work that at a wait and return, which my minimum would be probably 140, 70 pence each way. Minimum, maybe even 150, 75 pence. So on a 100-mile journey, I'd be putting 140 quid, 150. I don't think I'd do it for 140. I'd probably want more. And you ain't going to get it because people will put in low bids. They shouldn't because you're going to lose money. If it's a 200-mile job and you're putting on it, say, because it's further distance, slightly cheaper, put on it, say, 160, 170, you've got to travel 200 mile home. That's 400 miles for 170 quid. You work the maths out. It's 40 pence a mile. It ain't worth doing. I don't think so. But others will do it. So there's a good chance I'll work next week, localish. Try and do what I did this week. Get jobs and, get through the week and just see if I can hit a 1,000. I don't think I will. I think I'll come up probably 100, 200 quid short because I think Friday will die. Got to be back early Tuesday. I just think it won't be there. And between Christmas and New Year, I just don't think it's worth bothering about. And then I'm off then, all of January. We get off of where we live on there because it's a holiday. Although it's a holiday park, you can stay on here. You have to be off from the 6th of January to 1st of Feb. And we go to Malaysia on the 5th of January, and we come back on the 1st of Feb. So everyone gets off. That's why we don't pay a poll tax. And that's why it's a holiday park, not a residential park. Anyway, I waffled on. Got it under 20 minutes. I'll speak to you next week before Christmas. Hope you're all doing well, staying safe, and we'll speak next week. Oh, one thing. Many thanks to all you subscribers. I'm at 1,020 something. I don't know. Don't show you it. But I'm amazed. And I thank you all. And keep asking questions. I will try and answer them, even if we don't agree or I can't help you. I'll try and find out anything you need to know. Yep. Cheers for that. Speak soon.